Solving systems using elimination. If you do not already have this vocabulary word and these steps written down, go ahead and pause this video, copy everything, and then push play when you're ready. So elimination is simply canceling out one variable in both equations to solve for the other variable. Your steps are going to be to write both equations in standard form if they are not already written that way, which is ax plus by equals c. Then you're going to multiply or divide one or both equations if necessary, so the coefficients of a variable are opposites. Then you're going to add or subtract the equations and solve for the variable not eliminated. Then you'll substitute the value for the variable into one of the original equations and you'll solve for the other variable. And then of course you'll check. And this way of solving is a lot easier if you see it done, because reading the steps can be a little bit confusing. So let's zoom in here. So you're going to look at this as basically a problem like this. I'm going to write it over here. -4 plus 4. Right, add this way and it equals 0. So that's going to be our goal. Our goal is going to be to have either this or this equal 0. So let's erase. Since you have a -4 and a 5 here, it would require a little bit more work to get these to be opposites of each other. But this right here will be easy because the x's both already have a coefficient of 1. So you can pick either equation and multiply it by -1. I'm just going to pick the top because that's where it is. And we will end up with -x plus 4y equals 20. And I'm going to go ahead and write the second equation right underneath. X plus 5y equals 7. And then you are going to just treat this like a regular standard stacked addition problem. So your x's are going to cancel out. 4y plus 5y is 9y. 20 plus 7 equals 27. Divide by 9 on both sides. Y equals 3. We'll substitute that back into one of the equations. I'm going to pick the second one just because it doesn't have negatives. So x plus 5 times 3 equals 7. X plus 15 equals 7 minus your 15. And then you have x is equal to -8. So our solution should be -8, 3. But we want to check to make sure. So we're going to substitute back into each original equation. So the first will be -8 minus 4 times 3 equals -20. -8 minus 12 equals -20, and -20 does in fact equal -20. So that one works. But we have to check the second one. -8 plus 5 times 3 equals 7. -8 plus 15 equals 7, and 7 does equal 7. So over here, this one is going to require just a tad bit more work. You can see this one has a -8 with the y, and this has a -1 with the y. Over here we have the -16 and the -8. So we have two options. We could multiply this equation by -2 to make this a -16, and these will cancel out. Or we can multiply the second equation by +8, and it will make the y's cancel out. So I'm going to choose to multiply by -2, excuse me, just because it'll give us smaller coefficients here. So the first equation I'm not using, so I'm going to bring it down. -16x minus 8y equals -24. The next, down here, I'm going to multiply. -2 times -8 is +16. -2 times -y is +2y. And then -2 times 15, -15 is +30. Add straight down, your x's cancel out. -8y plus 2y is -6y. -24 plus 30 is 6. Divide by -6, and y is equal to -1. I'm going to substitute back into one of the original equations. I'm going to pick the second one. So we'll have -8x minus -1 equals -15. -8x plus 1 equals -15. Subtract the 1 on each side. -8x is equal to -16. X is equal to 2. So our answer is 2, -1. Of course, we have to check. So 16 times 2, sorry, negative 16 times 2 minus 8 times negative 1 equals negative 24. We will have negative 32 plus 8 equals negative 24. Negative 24 does equal negative 24. So that one checks out. One more, negative 8 times 2 minus negative 1 equals negative 15. Negative 16 plus 1 equals negative 15. Negative 15 does equal negative 15.